Hey there, I want to thank you for joining me with this short video presentation. I promise I'm not going to take too long. I'm just going to jump right to it, get to the meat and potatoes, and explain to you what this is all about so you have a strong understanding of what our cash reward program is all about. So today's presentation is how Ontario mortgage shoppers are getting thousands in their pocket when their mortgage closes without it affecting their cost of borrowing. That's really, really important, and we're going to explain more about that as we move along. So my name is JD Cannon, and I'm the founder of Howick Canada. I'm not going to talk a lot about me here today because this is about you and getting you some incredible value. But I have, about 30 years experience in financial services, working for the head office of banks overseas, working for investment companies and financial institutions, providing lending and all other service and products for people, for borrowers, for people who are members, people who are clients, customers, whatever. I'm very well aware after that many years in the industry of how many fees and service fees, closing costs, interest rates, how many things that borrowers or people that use financial services have to pay just to use those services. So the industry is really, really stacked against the people that use it. And I saw that as a big problem and wanted to make a difference. Howick Canada is about how we're helping people getting paid for their mortgage business when they close their mortgage with our broker partner. Our broker partner is Matrix Mortgage Global. We're going to talk more about them so you know who they are. They won 2 back-to-back Broker of the Year awards. And as you can see here, we're giving cash to people who are getting mortgages with our broker partner. $3,075 for cash reward for a renewal, $6,599.25 for a mortgage cash reward. So super cool, and we're doing that in partnership with our broker partner who's helping us make this happen, and I'll explain a little more about that. So just so you know, I'm not making this stuff up. I've got some case study here. I'm going to show you of some people that are getting the cash rewards, $3,366, and they had to say the best mortgage experience we've ever had. This is our 3rd mortgage. We were buying an investment property. We were very skeptical, but the idea of getting things done in half the time online in the comfort of our home appealed to us. I'm going to explain more to you about that because we have a really cool, fast online application process that takes literally 4 or 5 minutes. We were not sure about the cash reward, if it applied to us or not. We just needed a quick approval. The online application process was seamless. That application took minutes, and the follow-up procedure kept us informed and up to date at all times. Incredibly simple process of uploading the documents needed, etc. What really surprised us was literally 2 days after our mortgage closed, an agent from broker showed up at our door with a thank you gift basket that also had a check for $3,366 for us. The idea of getting paid for our mortgage business is absolutely the best customer experience I've ever had. I cannot stress that this is simply the best mortgage experience ever. Thank you, Howick. Love hearing these stories. This is what gets us excited because this is why we created this, was to provide pure value to people, to give them something back in their pocket for the biggest purchase of their lives, right? $5,512.50. Amazing process from start to finish. We applied online, which took only minutes. The mortgage team kept in touch, informing us of the process, timelines, so we were always up to date. Our questions were always answered fast and in detail. And the icing on the cake was when we received our cash reward. I would say it's time for a holiday. Thanks, Howick Canada. Again, we love these stories, right? $5,500. Yes, you can use that to go on a holiday. $7,292. It's a big one, obviously. Thank you, Howick, for having a program that gives back to borrowers like us. A little typo there, but we know what they meant. And we love these stories. We love hearing them. We love hearing from our clients and what they get to do with this cash. So let's talk about who this is for. Really, this is for anyone getting a mortgage, to be honest with you. But we'll just outline it a little bit here. This is for first-time home buyers who are trying to figure out how they are going to cover all the costs involved in buying a new home. Really, really important, right? All the closing costs and fees, interest rate, everything around this. I mean, you really have to scrape together every penny. So the idea of getting a cash reward back once your mortgage closes so that you have some spare cash back, putting some cash back in your bank right away is really cool and takes away a lot of the fear factor, right, for new home buyers. This is also for home buyers who are sick of all the fees, closing costs, etc., that are stacked against the borrower, and in return, all they get is a handshake. That's all you get, right, when you go get your mortgage. You may get a good customer service experience, I don't know, but really if you're lucky, you're getting a handshake for the biggest purchase of your life, right? This is for homeowners set to renew a mortgage, right? So if you're looking to renew your mortgage and want the best possible rate and more than just a handshake for renewing, right? So biggest investment of your life, biggest purchase of your life, you're trusting it with this company, and what are you getting? Maybe a good rate, maybe some customer service, and maybe a handshake. This is also for those looking to refinance and can use the extra cash for life's expenses. Now, for people who are looking to refinance, this is a no-brainer. I mean, you just do it, right? Because if you're pulling cash out through a refinance for whatever reason, say for a renovation, to pay down some bills, for a big ticket purchase, to go on a trip, to pay for kids' college, whatever, you're pulling that money out that you have to pay interest against, right? But when you do it this way, you're also getting the cash reward. So you're getting this extra lump sum of thousands of dollars that doesn't go against your cost of borrowing that you can use towards these life expenses. To me, that's just a no-brainer, right? How do you walk away from essentially money for nothing, right? So let me ask you a question. Does this sound like you? You're online shopping around for rates, shopping for a home, shopping for the best situation. And there's no real wow factor, right? Everyone that you speak to or everywhere you go, they're all just competing for rate. They're competing for your business via rate, but they can all give you the same rate. If somebody gives you 3% as a rate, well, the other place can match it. That's all they're competing on. There's nothing in it for you, right? They're not saying, hey, we want to do this for you and get you a good rate. And we just thought that was really stacked against the borrower. There's no what's in it for me factor. And we wanted to change that. We wanted to say, hey, this is what's in it for you. Thousands of dollars if you do it this way, right? And by the time you start looking at all the costs associated with getting a mortgage, right, you start to wonder, boy, like, we're going to be paying this off forever and we're going to have no money left in our bank. Really what you're doing is you're feeding a big money-making machine. I know these are American dollars, don't mind that. I just liked this photo for some reason, but obviously this is a Canadian and Ontario only program right now, but you're just feeding a machine of all kinds of businesses that are around the mortgage industry that you work your whole life to support, right? And that's what you're doing when you're getting a mortgage. The closing costs for a mortgage range from 1.5 to 4% of the purchase price. And the legal and administrative costs you're going to need to pay when your house closes. In addition to closing costs, there are many expenses and or events that may require a cash outlay before, on, or after your house closes. That's important to know, right? This is the biggest investment of your lifetime. So let's just talk about some of those costs and fees. And these are just a few because there are many, many more. You've obviously got your interest rate, which you're going to be paying for 25, 30 years, who knows. Land transfer taxes, which are huge in Ontario. Home inspection fees, home appraisals, legal fees. Realtors get paid a percentage, etc., right? So it's really stacked against the borrower. I mean, we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars you have to pull out of your pocket to support all these other industries. But I don't want you to worry, right? Because Howick Canada is now here, and we want to put thousands of dollars back in your pocket for getting a mortgage with our broker partner. Taking a look around at the industry, we knew it was time for a change. And after working in the industry for so many years, I knew it was time for a change because the industry hasn't changed in 100 years. It's been the same way for 100 years. everybody just competing on rate, right? They just want to try and get you a good rate or match what the other guy's getting you. There's no what's in it for us factor. So we knew the time was right for a change. And that's when we came up with the idea, after great idea here, the little guy's got, after thinking long and hard about it, thinking, what could we do? What could we give back to mortgage shoppers? What could we do to make a difference in their lives? And so that's when we came up with the cash reward idea. Now, in order to make that happen, we needed to find a partner who was a licensed mortgage brokerage to help us execute that, to provide the mortgage, right? Because we're not a licensed mortgage. So we're just a cash rewards company who gives people cash rewards for using our vendor partners. So we started looking around and we were talking to a lot of different companies. We had a lot of companies interested because they understand this business model is important. They understand the mortgage industry is changing, and the way the mortgage industry is now in 6 months and a year from now is going to be dramatically different. People are just going to be going online and getting their mortgages and getting approved and getting instant approvals. And that's the direction we're taking this. On top of the cash reward, there's a great software where you can go online and do your application in 4 or 5 minutes that we utilize, right, with our broker partner. So we started looking around, and we finally found a company that made sense to us. And they're Matrix Mortgage Global. They're right across Canada, offices right across Canada. Office in Toronto, obviously, but agents wherever you need them. And so what really resonated with us, why we wanted to work with them, was just how much their clients really matter to them and how hard they work for their clients to get them the best rate, to get them the best mortgage deal that they can. It really matters to them. And that really shows when we started looking at reviews that they have online. We just see tons of reviews everywhere that we look of how people love the experience with this company. Now, a testament to that was that they're receiving all these rewards in their industry for being amazing at what they do. As you can see here, here's a reward they received, or recognition anyway, in 2018 by Growth 500, ranked number 1 mortgage brokerage, Canada's fastest growing companies, obviously. Back to back, the last 2 years, as I showed you in the beginning, they've won the Canadian Mortgage Association Broker of the Year. So, this just is testament to how much they care. And we just thought that was a great partnership with us. You can see here some of the reviews, all 5-star, right? And people just saying great things about them. And we knew that would work for our business model. Plus, they really saw that what we were doing was really impressive, and they wanted to be a part of it because they saw that as a way to providing the great service they provide to a bigger market and to providing incredible value to people who are getting a mortgage. So what does a mortgage broker do? Well, a mortgage broker's job primarily is to fight to get you a great rate, right? If you go into your bank to get a mortgage, there's just one option there, right? Like, they may try and get you a great rate for sure, but they only have the one option, right? It's just whatever the bank is providing, what their rate is. When you go through a broker, they have access to 20 plus lenders that they can shop your mortgage around to. And those lenders are going to fight to try and get you a great rate to get your business. And so that's what their job is. That's what the mortgage broker's job is. This is what they specialize in. And they have relationships with these lending institutions to be able to help get you a great rate. And best of all, they love what they do. They love beating competitors' rates and getting you the best mortgage option. So, doesn't that seem like a great way to navigate the biggest purchase of your life, the biggest investment of your life, is to have a representative, a professional representative as a broker for you, fighting for you to get you a great rate, to get you a great mortgage. To me, that just seems like a better way to navigate that situation. So how does this all work? How does the cash reward work, right? Like, let's just get to it. And I promise you this is super simple. It's not going to confuse you at all. I get confused myself by all the terms and conditions when you're going after some type of offer, and then you read the fine print and you're like, oh God, like, there's all these penalties and everything. This is not that. This is totally different. So the Howick Canada cash reward, what we get asked a lot of time is people say, you can't just be giving cash away. What's the catch, Well, the catch is there is no catch, right? We designed this because we wanted to give away just pure value. We want it to be pure value with no crazy, hard to understand terms and conditions, right? We just wanted to say, here's a cash reward. Thank you for doing business with us. Thank you for using our broker partner to get your mortgage. So we wanted to be pure value and not confusing to people. With the other guys, because some of the other lending institutions, they do have cash back offers that they call them, or some kind of bonus that they offer, but a lot of them come with big penalties. There's a capped cash back amount. So for instance, if you're borrowing $500,000, the most you can get is maybe $2,000, right? But then there's all these terms and conditions around it, in terms of you got to open a bank account with them, you got to move over all your transactions, right? You can't do this, you can't do that. And with the cash back options, a lot of them, you have to pay a higher interest rate. That's where they get the money from, is out of the interest you're paying. So you're basically borrowing the money from yourself, right? And paying a higher interest rate as a result of it. That's how the other guys work. So Howick Canada, our cash reward, basically is really, really simple. Not a lot of smoke and mirrors, no crazy terms and conditions. Look, the standard terms and conditions that apply to getting a mortgage obviously apply, right? So you have to have your credit approved. You have to apply and get the appropriate documents, get an approval for following that process, and get approved for a great rate as well, right? You have to close your mortgage with our broker partner. And there's no upfront fees, and then you get your cash reward. That's it. It's that simple. It's not complex, not complicated, right? But all the standard lending rules that surround getting a mortgage do apply, right? That's still in place. It's just the cash reward. You just have to get your mortgage with our broker partner, and that's it. And you get the cash reward. So how do you do that? Well, it's a simple, secure, fast online application. You go to Howick Canada. www.howickcanada.com. I'm sure you've probably already had a look if you found this video. Who knows if you haven't. You'll see your cash reward calculator, and you just plug in the numbers and calculate your cash reward. And then just below this, you will see a little button that says Get Started Now, which takes you to our mortgage broker partner's secure online application process. And I really love this online application because of how easy it is. We live in a world now where, running out to offices, making appointments, running around with documents, doesn't have to be that way anymore. You can sit in the comfort of your own home and do an online secure application. So when you click on that button, this is where you'll end up, and this is where you start your application with our broker partner. And again, it takes 4 or 5 minutes, and you get through the system, you're done. You'll get a message back from the broker saying, once they look at your deal, the system looks at it and says, here's the documents you need. And you'll get an email back saying, here's the documents you need. You can take a photo with your phone of the documents. You can scan them, and then you just upload them. And away you go. You get started, and they start working for you to get you the best rate. They keep you updated. The system communicates back and forth between you and them via text message and email, so you know at all times how your application is doing, what stage it's at. If you have any questions, you can call, speak to a live agent. You can email. You can live chat from the website. I'm going to show you that in a minute. However you want to speak to them, or you can speak to them inside this platform, right? You can respond to their messages inside here or to their text messages. So crazy easy. Once your mortgage gets approved, right, you're moving on to closing your mortgage. And when your mortgage closes, right, it's money time. It's time for you to get paid your cash reward. Now, doesn't that seem incredibly simple? I know it seems too simple, right? But it really, really is. We wanted it to be that way. So here's some questions that we get asked. We thought we would pose them out here and just answer them for you right away so that you know what this is all about. So we covered a few questions here. Is Howick Rewards Inc. or Howick Canada a mortgage broker? No, we are not. We're a cash reward company that rewards our members with cash rewards for using services from our vendor partners. Something that's really exciting to know is we are working on relationships with more partners that are not just mortgage companies. We're working on some partnerships with real estate companies, realtor partners, so that we can get cash rewards back to people for using their services, and other services, like insurances and services that are provided to homeowners. We're looking at developing some partnerships with, that can get you cash rewards, that can get you discounts, that can get you all sorts of great savings and benefits that we're going to be rolling out in the coming months. So stay tuned for sure, and you'll have access to all of them. What is a cash reward? Well, a cash reward is a payment from Howick Rewards Inc. to our members who have closed a mortgage with our broker partner. Question number 3, how much is the cash reward? The cash reward amount depends on the total amount of your mortgage, the borrowed amount, right? So our broker partner shares the commission they receive from the lender with us, and we in turn share a portion of that with our members who close a mortgage with our broker partner. Pretty cool, right? Pretty straightforward. Number 4, are there any membership fees? So no, there's no upfront fees. You don't have to pay anything up front to do your application, to go through the process. But if your mortgage closes with our broker partner and you qualify for the cash reward, Howick Rewards Inc. will deduct your membership fee or an administrative fee from the cash reward amount that you're entitled to receive. So they deduct a small portion, like an administration fee. And look, at the end of the day, this is a business. In order for us to provide this service, there needs to be some revenue, right? So that we can keep the lights on and pay our bills and keep doing this and pay our wonderful staff. So that's all that's in reference to is that's how we make our money and support our business and be able to provide this wonderful cash reward for people. I don't think anybody would, not like us for doing that. They understand we're a business and we need to do that. If your mortgage doesn't close for whatever reason, and you're not entitled to the cash reward, and therefore there's no membership fee to be charged. So the fee is just a one-time fee, which will give you lifetime membership to all those other financial services and home-based services that we're going to be bringing in. So that's super cool. You'll have access to them all the time, and we're going to make you aware of them as we move along. So that's just in the interest of being transparent. We are a business, and we do need to get paid so that we can keep the lights on. But again, it's a very small part of your cash reward. Does Howick Rewards Inc. give mortgage advice? No, we absolutely do not. And we strongly suggest you always consult a licensed professional when seeking advice about rates or any other financial matters pertaining to getting a mortgage. You'll see on our website there's a little live chat there or a phone number. They go through to our mortgage agent, to a licensed mortgage agent, so that you can get questions like that answered and get the advice you need from them. So certainly utilize that service if you need it. What type of mortgage qualifies for the cash reward? Well, we did cover this in the beginning. They all do, right? New home buyers, refinance, and renewals all qualify for the cash reward program. Standard conditions apply, like I mentioned, the same conditions that apply to when you get a mortgage with anyone else. How long does it take to get the cash reward? So the cash reward in most cases is paid inside of 60 days of the mortgage closing with the lender. So just to qualify that, we say 60 days just in case there's something that gets hung up in the disbursement of funds, whether it's paperwork or whatever. So worst case scenario, 60 days. But in most cases, people are getting paid in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks kind of thing. We only use 60 days just in case there's something that gets it hung up. And that doesn't happen often. So just so you know, there is a fast cash option, and we'll talk about that. So here it is, question 8. What is the fast cash option? Sorry, I'm tripping over my words here. Fast cash allows members to get access to the cash reward within 72 hours of their mortgage being funded by the lender. So that's for people, that did just get into a house and money is really tight and they need the cash in their pocket immediately. There's a small processing fee for that, just to make it happen, but it's very, very small, and it gets you your cash in your pocket within 72 hours. Who is Howick Rewards Inc. broker partner? Well, we've already covered that. Matrix Mortgage Global Brokerage is their license number. They're fully licensed and insured broker under the Lenders and Administrative Act. And as you know already, they've won 2 back-to-back Private Lending Broker of the Year awards. This is what I consider to be the most important question and the last question. Does the cash reward affect my cost of borrowing? No, it does not affect your cost of borrowing. And again, that's why we created this. We want it just to be pure value. We don't want you borrowing your own money, paying interest on your own money, right? So what do you do now? Well, it's pretty simple, right? You click on the button below this video. You go ahead and find out your cash reward if you haven't already done so. You fill in your mortgage application to get pre-approved or approved. Make sure it's complete all the way to the end. That's really important. You'll get a response online from the mortgage agent with a request for the relevant documents after they see your deal. And they're really easy to submit, obviously. Or, here's your other option. You can stick with the other guys, right? And you can get that really, really cool handshake that they give for giving them, trusting them with the biggest investment, biggest purchase of your life, right? Me, I would rather have cash in my pocket. I feel like a lot of you folks would as well, right? And you don't want to hear that, I told you so, right? I just thought this was really funny. I put this up here just for my own amusement, obviously. This is just a funny statement, a told you so, that I've heard before, which is a take on I told you so, obviously, with really poor grammar, obviously. I just thought it was funny. Again, I like to make myself laugh. But, you know, you don't want to hear I told you so when your neighbor is showing you the check they got for their mortgage business, you know, $5,000, $4,000, $6,000, $3,000, you know, $10,000, who knows, whatever. And then you're thinking, oh God, why didn't we do that? Right? So don't be that person. Don't miss out on this opportunity. And, you know, we're really excited because we love to hear your stories of what you guys do with this cash, because that's what we did this for. We did this for you guys so that you can put some cash in your pocket and put it to good use, whether it's to go on a holiday, to do some renovations, to buy some furniture, right? To put towards kids' schooling, whatever it is, right? We want to hear your stories. We want to hear from you what you're using this cash for, because this gets us excited. This is what we did this for. And we're looking forward to hearing your story once you go through this and get your cash reward. So all you got to do now is get started, right? I told you I was going to keep this short and sweet. And you just click on the button below this and get started to getting your cash reward. I want to thank you for taking the time and spending this few minutes with me and finding out what the cash reward is all about. We're excited to hear from you. We're excited to see you getting your cash reward and hearing your testimonials. So thanks so much. Have an amazing day. And happy mortgage shopping, happy mortgage rate shopping. And make sure you do the application online. And